So I was driving home from work and I was thinking about two things that hit my brain. One was getting a nice cuppa. And the other thing was about Facebook friends. And the weird thing about Facebook friends is that if you're like me, you've got people on your Facebook that you maybe went to school with, family, and some close personal friends. But I've got a lot of people who are just HEMA, and that's all they are. Now, among my HEMA friends, I've got some people that count as very close personal friends, and I've got a lot of people on my friends list that I've never met, never spoken to, just happen to be acquaintances of acquaintances, or maybe even not that. And it's a weird situation to be in, really. But it creates some interesting things that can happen. So, for example, we obviously have a lot of debate going on in the UK at the moment over Brexit, which I won't go into because that is a flame war that people really don't want to get involved with, even though those who voted to leave, yeah, I'm a Remainer. But last year there was a lot of things went around the internet about fascists, about the right-wing side of HEMA in particular, and there's some quite dodgy people out there, some very, very dodgy people, and some of them very famous. Some of them have products branded after them, or at least this one guy has products branded after him, one guy I'm thinking about. And it made for interest because he was actually on my friends list, and I made some criticisms, I found some bits out, I shared some information that had been shared publicly on Facebook, and he was extreme right wing and he unfriended me. Great, that's not a problem. But what was funny was, at exactly the same time as I was making all these statements, there was another guy who I've only met 2 or 3 times, I know a little bit, who's extreme left wing, is completely opposite end of the scale, and he unfriended me as well. So that was interesting. So I messaged him. I thought, why have you unfriended me? And he came back and said he was reassessing his connection to the community, which was interesting because he unfriended me, and you know, you could tell that by mutual friends that he had unfriended lots of other people. But I found it actually very amusing that in literally 1 week I got unfriended by somebody who was extreme right and somebody who was extreme left. And this shows the craziness of Facebook, for one, which is quite insane, but also HEMA in general. We don't know who we're training with half the time, unless they have a very public profile and they put a lot of their personal beliefs, be they right or wrong, up on social media. We actually don't know who we're meeting and who we're training with. So this one, the first guy, the right-wing one, he was very well respected in the community, and to be fair, it still is by a certain section. Some people just don't believe this right-wing part of it. So it makes it very difficult in HEMA, and I presume like in any sort of community or social circle, when you see a lot of stuff going through. And the thing to remember is there's a lot of dickheads out there, and there are probably a lot of them on your friends list. Now, you can be very selective and decide to get rid of them, but I sort of took an interesting route. A few years ago, I think the current president of the British Federation of Historical Swordplay took umbrage at something that I said in reply, and unfriended me and blocked me entirely. So you've got this thing on Facebook where you can get blocked. Doesn't bother me. I don't. The guy's the guy. If he's got personal problems, and that's his issue, not mine. Or if his feelings were hurt, I don't care. But it did make me think after this incident between the left and the right. So what I did was I got hold of one of these unfriended apps off, in my case, the Apple Store. And they're available under Android as well. And what it allows you to do is, which I quite like, is it'll basically go through all your friends, they log on, and it'll keep a list of all your friends. And then every now and again you can check back on it, and it'll let you know who any new friends you've got and anybody who's unfriended you. So I took a very simple policy. I'm getting older, I really don't care. So anybody who friends me, I just block them. They don't want to be my friend on Facebook, don't want them in my life. And the amazing thing is that this, or not the amazing thing, but the interesting thing is this has just made my life so much simpler. I'm seeing less trash, less crap. I'm only interacting, even though I've still got a lot of friends, and don't know a lot of them, I'm seeing less actual dross coming through. Some of the people who are friending me are people who probably hardly know me and they just don't want me on their friends list, and that's great. But by blocking people and by saying, if you don't want to be my friend, I don't want you to be able to see anything about me, just go away, it just makes life so much simpler. I've had it happen over the last year with a couple of people I would have considered previously closer friends, and we've parted ways and we've gone different directions. But it's just a thought. So this isn't really a rant, it's more my view on how to treat Facebook and friends on Facebook. If they don't want to be your friend, block them. Just get them out of your life entirely. It's interesting, particularly in UK politics at the moment with Brexit. I've got some friends on both sides that are quite extreme in their views, and that's fine. As long as they don't become complete dickheads and assholes, I don't care. So, yeah, that was it really, just a little chat about Facebook friends, and I'll probably go on to actual people on Facebook on the next one. Cheers for now.